Hello dear children, welcome to today's class. Today is the second session of this chapter, Foreign Exchange Rate, Macroeconomics, class 12. If we recall, in the last session, we had learned about the meaning of foreign exchange rate and how it is fixed, then demand for foreign exchange and supply for foreign exchange. We had also discussed the types of foreign exchange rate. Now, in today's session, we will be discussing about the currency depreciation and appreciation, or what is the difference between fixed exchange rate and flexible exchange rate. What do we mean by revaluation or appreciation of currency? And finally, we will proceed towards that how the determination of exchange rate takes place. Now, the first thing is currency depreciation. Currency depreciation refers to decrease in the value of domestic currency in terms of foreign currency. It makes the domestic currency less valuable and more of it is required to buy foreign currency. बेटा currency depreciate करने का मतलब क्या हुआ कि हमारे जो country है उसकी currency की value decrease हो गई है, decrease in the value of domestic currency in terms of foreign currency. मतलब हमारी domestic currency की value in terms of foreign currency decrease हो गई है, उसको हम currency depreciation कहते हैं. For example, rupee is said to be depreciating if the price of $1 rises from rupee 70 to rupee 74. मतलब कि अगर मुझे $1 को परचेज करने के लिए पहले 70 रुपीज देने पड़ रहे थे और अब 74 रुपीज पे करने पड़ रहे हैं, यानी कि मुझे ज्यादा डोमेस्टिक करेंसी पे करनी पड़ रही है टू गेट $1 फॉरेन करेंसी. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि मेरी रुपी की वैल्यू इंटरनेशनल मार्केट में, फॉरेन एक्सचेंज मार्केट में कम हो गई है, डेप्रिशिएट हो गई है. Now let's take the second example. A change for $2 for £1. Fine. $1.5 for £1 represent that UK pound is depreciating. Fine. Because for £1 previously $2 were paid. Now for £1 only $1.5 is paid. So that means UK pound is depreciating. The effect of depreciation of domestic currency on export will be that depreciation of domestic currency means a fall in the price of domestic currency. Say we are living in India in terms of rupee, in terms of foreign currency, say dollar, it means with the same amount of dollar, more goods can be purchased from India. That is, exports to USA will increase as they will become relatively cheaper. देखो बेटा, हम ये पहला वाला एग्जाम्पल ही लेते हैं. सी व्हाट डू वी मीन बाय द इफेक्ट ऑफ डेप्रिसिएशन ऑफ डोमेस्टिक करेंसी ऑन एक्सपोर्ट्स. एक्सपोर्ट का मतलब क्या हुआ कि इंडिया से गुड्स हम सेल कर रहे हैं, लेट्स से टू यूएसए. तो अगर पहले $1 was for rupees 70, fine, and now $1 is for rupees 74, fine. तो that means कि $1 में पहले USA was used to export 70 rupees worth of goods from India. Now by paying the same $1, they will be able to purchase 74 rupees worth of goods and commodities from India. That means that if the currency, or to be very specific, domestic currency depreciates, fine, if the domestic currency depreciates, then exports to the foreign country will increase, as now they will have to pay relatively less price for the same goods. or I can say कि within the same amount in $1 previously they were used to purchase. अगर हम USA की बात करें तो USA में जो importer था पहले $1 में he used to purchase goods worth ₹70 from India, and now within $1 he will now be purchasing goods worth ₹74 from India. That means that with the fall or with the depreciation in the currency, in the depreciation of the domestic currency, it will lead to increase in export to the foreign country. I hope that the meaning and the effect of depreciation of currency is clear to all of you. On the contrary, currency appreciation refers to increase in the value of domestic currency in terms of foreign currency. The domestic currency becomes more valuable now and less of it is required to buy foreign currency. For example, Indian rupee appreciates when price of $1 falls from ₹74 to ₹70. Fine. पहले $1 कितने में अवेलेबल था 74 रुपीस में, and now we have to pay just 70 rupees to buy $1. That means our domestic currency has been appreciated. Similarly, a change from $1.5 for 1 pound to $2 for 1 pound represents that UK pound is appreciating. Now, what is the effect of this appreciation of domestic currency on imports? Now, if the domestic currency appreciates, fine, so the imports will increase. Now, how? Appreciation of domestic currency means a rise in the price of domestic currency, say rupee, in terms of foreign currency, say dollar. So now 1 rupee can be exchanged for more dollars. That is, with same amount of money, more goods can be purchased from the foreign country. If you are talking about dollar, so specifically from USA, it leads to increase in imports from USA as American goods will become relatively cheaper. कैसे बेटा? पहले I have to pay 74 rupees. पहले मैं अगर $1 पे कर रही थी, that means मैं I was able to purchase 74 rupees worth of commodity from USA. Fine. अब क्योंकि मेरी रुपी की वैल्यू एप्रिशिएट कर गई है, I can buy now. It is just 70 rupees, है ना? I can exchange $1 for 70 rupees. So now I can buy more. पहले मुझे 74 रुपीस देने पड़ रहे थे $1 के लिए, अब मुझे 70 रुपीस देने पड़ेंगे. दैट मीन्स डॉलर की वैल्यू डेप्रिशिएट कर गई, हमारी करेंसी की वैल्यू एप्रिशिएट कर गई. नाउ with 74 rupees in my hand, I can purchase more goods and services from USA, as now the value of dollar has been depreciated and the value of our domestic currency is being appreciated. I hope that this example is clear to all of you. So let's now discuss the distinction between currency depreciation and currency appreciation on the same slide. Now, currency depreciation, see, the meaning is it refers to decrease in the value of domestic currency in terms of foreign currency. And if we talk about currency appreciation, the meaning is that it refers to increase in the value of domestic currency in terms of foreign currency. Now, this second point of distinction could be that what is the effect on export or import of currency depreciation or appreciation. Now, currency depreciation makes domestic goods cheaper in foreign country, as more of such goods can now be purchased with same amount of foreign currency, so it leads to increase in exports. Currency appreciation makes foreign goods cheaper in domestic currency, as more of such goods can now be purchased with same amount of domestic currency. So it leads to increase in imports. The last basis of distinction could be the example, a change from $1 for rupees 70 to $1 to rupees 74 is representing depreciation of Indian rupee in terms of dollar. On the other hand, a change from $1 for rupees 74 to $1 for rupees 70 is representing that Indian rupee is being appreciated. Now let's proceed towards the next term, that is devaluation and revaluation of currency. In the last session, we have learned that there are two types of exchange rate. First was the fixed exchange rate and second was the flexible exchange rate system. Now depreciation and appreciation is taking place in the flexible exchange rate system, whereas the devaluation or revaluation of currency is being taken place when actually the exchange rate is being fixed by the government. So devaluation refers to reduction in the value of domestic currency by the government. Devaluation is said to occur when the exchange rate is increased by the government under fixed exchange rate system. So under fixed exchange rate system, when the exchange rate is being fixed by the government and government is what we doing when the exchange rate is increased by the government, that means government is increasing the exchange rate, that means government is devaluing the domestic currency. Government is decreasing the value of the domestic currency under fixed exchange rate system, so the term used is devaluation. तो बेटा जब फ्लेक्सिबल एक्सचेंज रेट में डोमेस्टिक करेंसी की वैल्यू डिक्रीज हो रही थी, दैट इज टर्म्ड एज डेप्रिसिएशन, लेकिन फिक्स एक्सचेंज रेट सिस्टम में जब हमारी डोमेस्टिक करेंसी की वैल्यू गवर्नमेंट डिक्रीज कर रही है, दैट इज नोन एज डिवैल्यूएशन. On the other hand, revaluation refers to increase in the value of domestic currency by the government. So appreciation of domestic currency was being taking place in the flexible exchange rate system when the free forces of demand and supply of foreign exchange is actually fixing up the or determining the exchange rate. In fixed exchange rate system, when government is increasing the value of domestic currency, that term is known as revaluation. I hope that the distinction between revaluation and devaluation of currency and how revaluation is different from depreciation and your devaluation is different from depreciation. Let me correct. Devaluation is different from depreciation and revaluation is different from appreciation of currency. I hope that the distinction is clear to all of you. Now, after understanding the meaning of depreciation and appreciation of currency, devaluation and revaluation of currency, now we are in a position to make a distinction between revaluation and depreciation of currency. Beta, devaluation refers to a reduction in the price of domestic currency in terms of all foreign currency under fixed exchange rate regime. जब गवर्नमेंट फिक्स अप करती है, फिक्स एक्सचेंज रेट सिस्टम फॉलो होता है और करेंसी की वैल्यू रिड्यूस होती है, उसको हम डीवैल्यूएशन ऑफ करेंसी कहते हैं. लेकिन फ्लेक्सिबल एक्सचेंज रेट सिस्टम में if there is a fall in the market price of the domestic currency in terms of foreign currency, then we say it is depreciation of currency. The second point of distinction is that devaluation of currency takes place due to government intervention, whereas depreciation of currency takes place due to market forces of demand and supply. And lastly, devaluation of currency takes place under fixed exchange rate system and depreciation of currency takes place under flexible exchange rate system. Now the question arises, then what is fixed and flexible exchange rate? Though we had discussed in the previous session, Let's now recall it again in the form of distinction. Fixed exchange rate system, in this it is officially exchange rate is fixed officially in terms of gold or any other currency by the government. And we saw that in case of Bretton Woods standard, the value of currency is being calculated in terms of US dollar. Fine. And in case of flexible exchange rate system, the value of the currency is determined by forces of demand and supply of foreign exchange. In fixed exchange rate system, there is complete government control, as only government has the power to change it, whereas in flexible exchange rate system, there is no government intervention and it fluctuates freely according to market conditions. In fixed exchange rate system, the exchange rate generally remains stable and only a small variation is possible. बेटा गवर्नमेंट भी चाहे तो कोई भी एक्सचेंज रेट नहीं फिक्स अप कर सकती, वो अपनी मर्जी से करेंसी को किसी भी लेवल तक एप्रिशिएट या डेप्रिशिएट, टू बी वेरी स्पेसिफिक, डीवैल्यू या रीवैल्यू नहीं कर सकती. इट कैन डू अ वेरी स्मॉल वेरिएशन, whereas the exchange rate keeps on changing under flexible exchange rate system. Now, how the exchange rate is determined under your flexible exchange rate system? By the free forces of demand and supply. So demand and supply of foreign exchange are measured on x-axis and the rate of foreign exchange on y-axis. DD is downward sloping demand curve for the foreign exchange and SS is the upward sloping supply curve of the foreign exchange. Both the curves intersect at this point E. Fine. And at this point E, this is your equilibrium. And at this point, the equilibrium exchange rate is determined at OR. The exchange rate is determined at OR, and at this exchange rate OR, OQ is the equilibrium quantity, and flexible exchange rate system is also known as free rate of exchange, and as it is freely determined by market forces of demand and supply of foreign exchange. बेटा जैसे हमने माइक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स में जब लास्ट चैप्टर किया था प्राइस डिटर्मिनेशन द परफेक्ट कंपटीशन, सेम वे demand for foreign exchange and supply for foreign exchange is going to determine the foreign exchange rate. I hope that the concept how the foreign exchange is being determined, the rate of foreign exchange is being determined is clear to all of you. Now the hybrid of fixed exchange rate and flexible exchange rate system is managed floating exchange rate system. It refers to a system in which foreign exchange rate is determined by market forces and central bank influences the exchange rate through intervention in the foreign exchange market. बेटा वैसे तो foreign exchange rate जो determine होता है वो डिमांड एंड सप्लाई के बेसिस पर ही होता है, लेकिन अगर एक्सचेंज रेट एक सर्टेन लिमिट से ज्यादा फ्लक्चुएट कर जाता है तब गवर्नमेंट इंटरवीन करती है थ्रू सेंट्रल बैंक. In this system, central bank intervenes in the foreign exchange market to resist the fluctuations in the exchange rate within certain limit. अगर लिमिट से बाहर फ्लक्चुएशंस होती हैं तब गवर्नमेंट इंटरवीन करती है थ्रू द सेंट्रल बैंक ऑफ एनी कंट्री, एंड द ऑब्जेक्टिव इज, द एम इज टू कीप द एक्सचेंज रेट close to desired target values. For this, the central bank maintains reserves of foreign exchange to ensure that the exchange rate stays within the targeted value. And this is known as dirty floating. ये question आ सकता है बेटा बोर्ड में, that what do we mean by dirty floating? So we have to explain this system, managed floating exchange rate system, and this is going to take place when the exchange rate is out of the desired, out of the exchange rate fluctuates, when the exchange rate fluctuates and it is out of the target values, then the central bank, it intervenes, the government intervenes via central bank, and central bank maintains reserves for foreign exchange to ensure, करती ही foreign exchange को central bank maintain इसलिए करता है to ensure that the exchange rate stays within the targeted value. और अगर target value से ज्यादा या कम हो जाता है, then central bank either purchase the foreign exchange or sells the foreign exchange. How it is going to do so, we are going to learn it in the next slide with the help of an example. Fine. अब कैसे होता है, let's learn it with the help of an example. See, suppose India has a managed floating rate system and Indian Central Bank RBI wants to keep the value of rupee close to rupees 60 per US dollar. ठीक है, हमने कितने पे रखना है, हमने ये जो एक्सचेंज रेट, ये जो इक्विलिब्रियम है, OR की वैल्यू रुपीज 60 तक रखनी है, पर 1 US dollar should be exchanged for rupees 60. Further, assume that RBI is ready to tolerate small fluctuations in the exchange rate. और हमने ये भी क्या कर लिया कि ठीक है, अगर थोड़ी बहुत फ्लक्चुएशंस होगी, लाइक 25 पैसा अप और 25 पैसा डाउन, दैट इज अ टॉलरेबल लिमिट. यानी कि अगर एक्सचेंज रेट हमारा 59.75 है या 60.25 है, देन ऑल्सो इट इज एक्सेप्टेबल. लेकिन अगर एक्सचेंज रेट इन लिमिट से बाहर चला गया, then the government will intervene through RBI. Now, if due to excess demand for rupee, the value of rupee falls below the level of rupees 59.75 per dollar, then RBI will start increasing the supply of rupee by selling rupee for dollars and acquiring holding for dollars. अब आप देखिए बेटा, ये क्या सिचुएशन होगी, ये क्या सिचुएशन होगी, लेट मी नाउ एक्सप्लेन इट विद द हेल्प ऑफ द डायग्राम. देखिए, अगर वो कहता है कि रुपी, हमने बोला कि ये जो आर वैल्यू है, ठीक है, दिस इज बीइंग फिक्स्ड एट रुपीज 60. ठीक है, एक्सचेंज रेट जो है वो रुपीज 60 पे हमने फिक्स कर दिया है. और अब क्या हुआ कि जो वैल्यू है वो डिक्रीज कर गई है बिलो 59.75. यानी कि अगर एक्सेस डिमांड हो रही है, देखो एक्सेस डिमांड की सिचुएशन कब होगी, जब ये जो प्राइस है वो लो हो जाएगी. लेट्स से हम R1 पे पहुंच गए हैं और वो लिमिट से जो 59.75 से भी नीचे आ गया है, लेट्स से ये वैल्यू आ गई है रुपी 59 आ गई है. हमने 75 रखी हुई थी लिमिट और ये रुपी 59 आ गई है. तो 59 में क्या होगा, रुपीज 59 में कि क्योंकि डोमेस्टिक करेंसी की वैल्यू कम हो गई है, नाउ देयर विल बी मोर डिमांड, देयर विल बी एक्सेस डिमांड फॉर रुपी, है ना, सप्लाई कम हो जाएगी, डिमांड ज्यादा हो जाएगी. अब अगर बेटा डिमांड ज्यादा होगी तो आरबीआई क्या करेगा, आरबीआई विल इंक्रीज द सप्लाई ऑफ डॉलर by selling rupee for dollar. It will increase the supply for rupee. It will not increase the supply for dollar. It will increase the supply for rupee. Rupee की supply बढ़ा देगा. कैसे? By selling rupee for dollars. Rupee को sell करेंगे for dollar से, and then finally जब excess demand है ना, supply कम है, तो हमने क्या करना है, supply increase करनी है, तो हम सप्लाई को इंक्रीज कर देंगे रुपी को. और सप्लाई कैसे इंक्रीज होगी रुपी की, बाय सेलिंग रुपी फॉर डॉलर, एंड देन अगेन इक्विलिब्रियम इज रिस्टोर्ड. सिमिलरली अगर एक्सेस सप्लाई हो जाती है, अच्छा अब एक्सेस सप्लाई कब होगी, जब लेट्स से हमारी ये जो R2 है, R2 फिक्स अप हो गया लेट्स से एट रुपीज 61. देखो अगर 61 रुपी इज going to be the price for $1, तो क्या हो जाएगा कि सप्लाई ज्यादा हो जाएगी और डिमांड कम हो जाएगी, will demand less dollar. So in that case what RBI will do, RBI will increase the demand for rupee ठीक है ना। अभी देखो यहाँ सप्लाई ज्यादा है, सप्लाई ज्यादा है तो हम डिमांड को इंक्रीज कर देंगे, डिमांड इंक्रीज होगी तो प्राइस फॉल होगी, प्राइस फॉल होगी then again it will be the equilibrium is going to be restored at point E where the exchange rate is at rupees 60, right? And this is being done by exchanging the dollar for rupee and running down its holding of dollars. तो हम क्या करेंगे, डॉलर की होल्डिंग को कम कर देंगे and then finally जब हमारी देखो एक्सेस सप्लाई है, एक्सेस सप्लाई को मीट करने के लिए डिमांड को, सप्लाई ज्यादा है डिमांड कम है तो मुझे डिमांड को बढ़ाना पड़ेगा। और डिमांड कैसे बढ़ेगी, डिमांड बढ़ेगी बाय एक्सचेंजिंग डॉलर फॉर रुपीस, राइट। और जब हम एक्सचेंज करेंगे डॉलर को फॉर रुपीस में तो क्या हो जाएगा कि आपकी डिमांड विल फॉल डाउन, राइट, and supply will also get fall down and then again the equilibrium is going to be restored at rupees 60. अब बेटा जो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन अराइज होता है कि ऐसा होता ही क्यों है कि एक्सेस डिमांड क्यों क्रिएट हो जाती है या एक्सेस सप्लाई क्यों क्रिएट होती है ना, डिमांड सप्लाई से ज्यादा क्यों हो जाती है। अगेन डिमांड सप्लाई से ज्यादा इसलिए हो रही थी क्योंकि जो वैल्यू थी वो रुपए की फॉल हो गई थी, है ना। और एक्सेस सप्लाई क्यों क्रिएट हो गई थी, क्योंकि जो वैल्यू थी वो रुपए की इन कंपैरिजन टू डॉलर इंक्रीज हो गई थी, राइट। नाउ देयर आर वेरियस रीजंस आल्सो फॉर राइज इन डिमांड फॉर फॉरेन करेंसी। द फर्स्ट रीजन इज व्हेन प्राइस ऑफ फॉरेन करेंसी फॉल्स, imports from that foreign country becomes cheaper। जब फॉरेन करेंसी की प्राइस फॉल हो जाती है, और ये हमने अभी जब हम डेप्रिसिएशन और एप्रिसिएशन करेंसी के पढ़ रहे थे ये हमने एग्जांपल से क्लियर भी किया था कि जब प्राइस फॉरेन करेंसी की फॉल हो जाएगी सो इंपोर्ट्स from that foreign country becomes cheaper, so import increases and hence demand for foreign currency rises. For example, if price of $1 falls from rupees 74 to 70, then import from USA will increase as American goods will become relatively cheaper and it will rise the demand for US dollar. The second reason for rise in demand for foreign currency is that when foreign currency becomes cheaper in terms of domestic currency, it promotes tourism to that country. Ab to we have to spend less to visit that country. As a result, demand for foreign currency rises. And lastly, when price of foreign currency falls, its demand rises as more people want to make gains from speculative activities, right? And no speculative activities we have discussed in the previous video. So कि अगर ये आपकी प्राइस जो है फॉरेन करेंसी की फॉल हो रही है तो यहाँ से खरीद के हम किसी और एक्सचेंज में उसको सेल करके we can make the gain. So that is a speculative activity. Similarly, reason for rise in supply for foreign currency is just the opposite. When price of foreign currency rises, domestic goods become relatively cheaper. It induces the foreign country to increase their import from the domestic country. As a result, supply of foreign currency rises. This also we have explained when we were discussing the concept of depreciation of the currency. If price of $1 rises from rupees 70 to 74, then export to USA will increase. As Indian goods will become relatively cheaper, it will raise the supply of US dollar, right? And the second reason for the rise of supply of foreign currency is when price of foreign currency rises, supply of foreign currency rises as people want to make gains from speculative activities. I hope that the reason for increase in demand and supply for foreign currency is clear to all of you. That's all for today from my side. Hope you have enjoyed the learning today. Thank you very much.